Hey everybody, Gabe Turner from GabeTurner.com here, and I just been pretty amazed at the simple concept of how little things add up over time and how they can produce real results in your life. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. And I'm just amazed. I'm going to tell you this example. I played the sax for many years, and there have been times after I've played a concert or something, and someone will come up to me, and usually a young person, but all ages, and they'll say something like, "Man, I wish I could play like you." And usually my response is, honestly, I'm not that special. It's really, really, like, I believe pretty much anyone can play an instrument well as long as they're physically and mentally able, and you just have to put in the time. Really, that's all I did. I just put in the time. And I mean, for the most part, and I practiced at least 3 hours a week, and that's not much compared to a lot of people. And from the time I was 10, and for many years after that, and really, I can really look at someone in the eye and pretty much guarantee their success if they will just log hours in the practice room. I know there's a bit more to it, but you do have to practice well and listen to good instructors. You have to listen to good music, all sorts of things. But I'm so glad it works this way. Isn't it nice? I just love it, and it works with anything else in your life. It's so awesome. For the most part, put the time into something that you're doing, and great things will happen. And just keep going for it. Persevere. It's not easy. It's all the time, but really, it's pretty darn simple. So I love the way that it works this way. You really can just get an instruction book or a podcast or something that tells you what to do. Then you follow the instructions and you do it, and you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And you know what? You're going to get better. And a year down the line, people are going to turn around and say, "Wow, how did you do that?" They're going to be impressed. And it's like, so it'll be pretty simple to you, but they'll be amazed. You put some time in. Just think about how fast time goes by in our lives. I mean, it's amazing. Like 2 years will go by, and it's like you've been in this dead end job, and you're like, "Wow, 2 years? Holy crap! What have I been doing?" At least if you're in a dead end job or something that you don't like, a situation you don't like, or whatever, if life is humdrum or whatever, man, take that hour in the evening that you have, or whatever it is, and pick something that you're going to get better at. For me, it's something that I want to get better at and make money with, so that I'll have more time freedom to do the things that I love. That's what I'm shooting for now, and so I'll talk about that a little more later. But when I was in junior high band, our homework was to practice for 3 hours a week, and so that adds up to like 30 minutes a day, 6 days a week. Get 1 day off. And now I'm a big rule keeper. I'm just looking at my notes here, and I'm a do what I'm told kind of guy. I just always told the line. I didn't want to get in trouble, and if someone in authority told me what to do, I just did it. I don't know. And so I just did what my band director said, and I knew if in order to get an A in this class, I had to do 3 hours a week at least on my practice sheet. And so I pretty much did that almost every week for the time I was there, and that instilled something in me and to keep doing that. So after that, I didn't have that requirement in high school, and I just kept on doing it for the most part. And you know what? I was a standout musician, and it wasn't rocket science. I just practiced every night, and sometimes it was longer than an hour, but usually at least a half hour. Simple, That's a dumb TV show. Done. You do the half hour, you're done. You can go do something else. Great, Just keep doing it every day. It adds up. Half hour a day for 6 days a week is 624 hours a year. That's a lot. What if you did an hour? That's 1,200 hours. It's awesome, man. This is so cool. If you just invest in yourself a little bit, it adds up. It really does. And so it was kind of a wake-up call when I got to college. I went to Berklee College of Music, and lots of awesome players there. And I found out there were guys my same age that had been practicing 3 hours a day, 2 to 3 hours a day for a while. And they were playing at a level that made my jaw drop. I was just dumbfounded, and I got into the practice room every day. I did about 3, 4, 5 hours the first week or two I was there, and it tapered down to like 2 or 3 hours a day, at least an hour. That was my minimum. So I did a lot of practicing in that 2 years that I was there. And when I came home for Christmas and holidays or whatever, my friends noticed, my parents noticed the sounds that were coming out of my room when I was practicing were a lot different than they used to be. And I could just rip through some things really fast, and it was awesome, and people were impressed, and I was impressing myself. I was like, yeah, I'm making progress. This is awesome. So you put more time in, you get more results. It's awesome. It's so amazing how simple this is, but we make it so complicated sometimes, So think about it like this. It's like someone who wants to drive from LA to New York. And we all know how that works. You get a car, you make sure it's got, the right things in it, get some supplies you need for your trip, and hopefully make sure you have enough cash to last you, so, calculate all the gas and stuff. And then you find a map and you figure out, okay, what freeway do I get on and which direction do I go? And you do it. And simple, well, stuff comes up. You might get a flat tire in the middle of the farmlands of North Dakota. And, well, what are you going to do? Well, you got to figure it out. You got to hitchhike, you got to walk to the next exit to get a new tire, whatever. It might take you a day or two to get out of that bind, but you get out of it. And, you get back in the car and drive. Maybe you find out you spent some money buying that tire or whatever, and you're kind of low on cash, so you don't have enough money to get to the next city or get all the way up to the rest of your trip, so you have to wash dishes in the restaurant for a few days and make some money and sleep on the side of the road or something. You do whatever it takes. You've got a destination and you know how to get there, and you just have to get there. And that's the same way with anything we're pursuing in our lives. And so it sure is a lot easier to motivate yourself to put in that much time when you're around other people who are doing the same thing. So I encourage people to check out meetup.com. If you're pursuing something that you're doing it alone, or find ways to meet other people who are doing the same thing you're doing. It's really, really powerful and inspiring, and it will help you tremendously. When I went to Berkeley, I just skyrocketed. I think the biggest thing I took away from being there was just being around other people who were miles ahead of where I was. And it just did something subconsciously inside of me. I know it did. And it pushed me, and it gave me that extra juice I didn't know I needed. And so that was the most valuable thing for me about that experience. And so now, ever since, I've been trying to get around other people who are way farther ahead down the road than me. Maybe even some that aren't that far ahead down the road. I just need somebody who's better than me to kind of walk the road with. And so right now, the thing that I'm pursuing is internet marketing, and it's making money online. It is really possible. I know a lot of people that are doing it and doing it well, and so I want to do that, and it's something I'm pursuing with a lot of my time. And so the place I get a lot of the inspiration and motivation from is being in a group called the Mastermind Partner Program, and there's people from all levels of experience in that group, and it's led by two successful marketers who are making a full-time living online. And so we do challenges, and we help each other. We find different ways to kind of motivate each other. And so right now we're doing a video challenge. That's why I'm doing this video. We're doing 10 videos in 10 days and tying it in with our blog posts and everything. It's great, man. I wouldn't have gotten this done if it wasn't for that kicking my butt, And I know they're all watching. So, hey, guys. And so the other thing that I do consistently every week is I'm in Empower Network, and I listen to the Monday night calls that they do, and it is really inspiring and really challenging, because I'm listening to people that are they're making like 100,000 to even 500,000, not a year. They're making that kind of money every month. That is just blows my mind every week. My mind is blown, and it's like, wow, if they could do that, maybe I could make 10 grand, 20 grand a month for sure, So it's possible. It's time to expand your mind, in whatever you're pursuing. Get around people who are going to expand your mind for what is possible in that arena. And so, man, if you're pursuing the internet marketing thing, I encourage you to check out these calls that I mentioned. I'll put the info on my blog post. It's linked to underneath here, and they're free. You can learn a lot and be inspired. And yeah, go to my blog post, and I'll give you some other info. And about the Mastermind Partner Program and other stuff. And anyway, nice talking with you, and I'll catch you later. Bye.